Good afternoon, everyone. Today is the 15th day of August. It is Wednesday. Here's a reminder for everyone who is not a partner with CFRN. We have a partners meeting tomorrow night. Everyone who is a partner, again, reminder, we have a partners meeting tomorrow night. If you are not a partner, you need to become a partner to get into the partners meeting. We discuss lots of stuff in the partners meeting. Any new things are done in the partners meeting first, and they're shown to everybody in the partners meeting. I like to get feedback from the existing partners before we actually put stuff out. And anything that anybody else has to offer, things that may be working for other folks. It's all discussed in the partners meetings. All right, if you have not taken a trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply. That's www.cfrn.net/apply. And sign up for the free trial. You don't need a credit card or anything like that to sign up. And when you do sign up, you get 5 days of live trading room, 2 hours per day in the live trading room. You also get access to all of our indicators, and you get all the charts and data feeds that you see here, plus more, much more. All right, let's move on to results. I had a few trades this morning, as I just told everyone. I took 4 ticks, plus 4 ticks, or plus 1 point on this ES trade that I took in the live trading room this morning. That was the only ES trade that I took in the live trading room, so I got plus 4 ticks on that one. And I had 2 trades on the NQ. One was minus 8 ticks, one was plus 6 ticks, so I got a minus 2 ticks on the NQ. All right, those were the only trades that I actually showed a profit or loss on in the live trading room. I also took some crude oil trades, and we looked at the Russell, and we looked at the 6E and the YM in the live trading room this morning. So I'll try to go over all that right now. All right. Now on the ES, let's start with the ES. Okay. What we had from the open, right over here, we're in the weekly trading zone. It was getting really choppy. Price moved up without a pullback. It moved just about up to the weekly trading zone up above us, and we had a triple top right up there. All right, it pulled back down, tested the BBC. Okay, it pulled back down. It hit the BBC right here, but we had this triple top right up here, so I didn't take the long trade right in here. Now, once it did this and it hit the BBC, I had drawn in this trend line. I actually drew in this trend line after this bar right here. That was the trend line that it was going to need to get up above, okay, to continue on the upside. You can see it went up to it, it hit it, and it drew down. All right, so it gave 1 point profit potential in the trade if you did take it. I did not, because we had a triple top up here. I wanted to see a higher swing before we take the trade. All right, after that we had a bearish cross, and it pulled back up right here. Now, I didn't take this trade because it would have, well, there were a few reasons why I didn't take the trade. One was the 20 down here was not inside the envelope. 2 was I didn't like the way that it came together, consolidated, and it pulled back up the way that it did. We didn't have a great slope on the BBC at the time, and it was getting to be too close to the weekly trading zone. So I let that trade go, and you can see that one went through the BBC, and it gave us another opportunity here once the MA1 crossed up above the BBC. It gave us an opportunity on the long side. I did take this trade, and it drew down a point. Actually, it drew down 5 ticks from my entry. And you can see it moved 6 ticks in favor of the trade. I took the trade off at plus 4 ticks. I put this on toward the end of the morning session, and I actually just took it off over here a few minutes ago. Okay, so that was the ES this morning. All right, we can take a look at the YM quickly here. I didn't take any trades on the YM, but if we look at what actually happened with the YM this morning, we had a bullish cross right here, a pullback down and test to the BBC with bullish divergence. It was going right into the weekly trading zone, so I wasn't interested in the trade at the time. It went through the zone, came right back down to the zone, and then it started to chop around in here. So I haven't done anything with the YM this morning. On the smaller time frame, on the 4-tick range, there were a few opportunities to take some trades just based on the 4-tick range setup where you have a bullish cross attest to the BBC with an up close. There were a few opportunities in there to do that. You can see I circled a couple of them. There's one. There's one. I'm sure there were more than those, but those are the ones that I circled. There were a few of them in there. Okay. Let's jump over to the NQ. I took a couple of trades over here on the NQ this morning. This one was a losing trade. All right, we had there were a couple of ways to trade in here. I took the bounce off the BBC, but there was a momentum trade right here that we could have taken. It would have been right here on the short side, on the down close of this bar right here. That would have given us an opportunity to get short with momentum, okay? What I did is I waited for it to pull back up and give us a down close. We had some bearish divergence here, so I shorted on the down close, and it turned right around and stopped me out for -8 ticks. Now, once it had stopped me out for -8 ticks, it had some momentum in the opposite direction, and you can see right here it was moving up, and it gave us an opportunity on the long side. We had a bullish cross, pull back down, tested the BBC with an up close, and we had some nice bullish divergence right here. I got long right there, and I had moved my stop up to +6 ticks up here where it got me out. Excuse me. After it got me out, it proceeded to go on another 2 or 3 points, maybe 4 points. But it got me out right here at +6 ticks. So I had -8 on this one, +6 on this one, put me at -2 on the morning on the NQ. When it came back down and tested the BBC here, the cycle was moving down too far. We had some nice divergence here, but by the time we got the up close, the cycle was down too far, so we weren't looking for anything in there. And then we had the end of the morning session. So that was pretty much it on the morning session for the NQ. There were some momentum trades for anybody that was trading in the momentum. In there were some decent momentum trades for you to get in on. One of them was right here for the up move. Let's see. I had highlighted a couple of them, but definitely one of them was right there. Another one was right over here for the up move. All right. But that was the NQ. Now let's look at crude oil. I did take a couple of trades on crude this morning. I ended up break even on the morning on crude. Let me minimize the slingshot a little bit here, and you can see I've highlighted a few trades in here. What I wanted to show in here was between this bar and the next bar over. That was 1 minute worth of bars. That was on the news event of the crude inventories that came out this morning. Okay. Excuse me for just a second. Okay, sorry. So what we had after that, I waited until after that to take some more trades. And over here, we had a bearish cross, a pull back up, tested the BBC with a down close. We had just a tiny bit of divergence down there, not a ton of it. We did have a momentum opportunity in here, though, right here on the down close of this bar for a few more ticks than that. When it turned around, we had a bullish cross, tested the BBC with an up close. You could have gotten long right in here for this move up, and there was also momentum in there. You could have gotten long in there for that move up. Okay, I did get long over here after it came down, tested the BBC, and gave us an up close. We had bullish divergence down here, right here. I took that long trade. It gave me 5 or 6, maybe even 7 ticks, and I had moved my stop up to break even. And you can see it came back down, stopped me out at break even, and then it chopped around a little bit before it moved up. I took another one over here. This one was a short trade. It closed the window of opportunity pretty quickly, and I moved my stop to break even when it closed the window of opportunity. And it came back, took me out at break even, chopped around a little bit, and then it went against it. Okay. Now the next opportunity in here, this was a momentum trade right in here, and this was near the end of the morning session. So right here, when that green line closed down, the brown was below the strong sloping cycle. You could have gotten short right in here. Okay. Right in there for that move down. Okay. For this move down right here. And that was the end of the morning session. That was crude oil. Now I'm going to go over just a couple other markets here. And we looked at the Russell 2000 a little bit this morning. So I'll bring that over and show. It started off the morning with 3 nice long trades right here. Now what I want everyone to take away from this is that we're using the same exact setup across all these 4-tick range charts. You know, on the NQ, on the YM 4-tick range, on the ES 4-tick range, on the crude oil 4-tick range, on the 6E, on the Russell right now. The same setup, all right? You get a bullish cross, a test to the BBC, and an up close with bullish divergence. It did it again there and again there. Over here we had lost the divergence. You know, the cycle was heading down, but it did go up. Again, right in here, we had lost the divergence, and it went up. On the short side in here, it was going the other way. Tested the BBC with a down close. That one went 8 or 9 ticks. There was one losing one in here somewhere. This one right here was a losing trade this morning on the Russell. And that pretty much brought us, you know, it was inside the weekly trading zone in here, and that pretty much brought us to the end of the morning session. Okay. Now the one market that I have left that I want to go over is the 6E. Okay. And here that is. All right. If anybody has any questions about any of this stuff, just type it in. Stop me, type it in, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay, if you don't ask the questions, I assume you know what's going on, and you're good. All right, here on the 6E we had nothing right in here. Right here was probably the first opportunity. This dropped about 6 ticks, 6 or 7 ticks. We had a bearish cross test to the BBC with a down close. I'm just looking around to see if there are any more, but I don't really see them. With a down close right here for the move down. Over here, we had bullish divergence for the up close. So this one right here for a short move down, this one for a bigger move up. This right here was a momentum trade, right here. Okay, which would have put you short right in here. And this right here was a momentum trade. Right here. And right here. Would have put you long right in there. Other than that, we had bullish cross, a pullback down test to the BBC with an up close right here with some bullish divergence. Okay. Obviously, you can see that was 3 o'clock in the morning. In this big move down over here this morning, the spot to get into that would have been right in here with the momentum trade. Okay. I noticed right in there would have been the spot to get into that with a momentum trade. All right. Even on the way up, you could have gotten in for about 6 ticks right here. Okay, again with a momentum trade. Regular divergence trades, not that many. Okay, we didn't have much going on. There was one that just happened right over here. All right, right there we had bullish divergence test to the BBC with an up close. Over here we had bullish divergence test to the BBC, but we didn't get the up close in time. So we just didn't have that many opportunities on the 6E this morning. Okay. And that, I think, is where I'm going to wrap it up for the morning. All right, so I went over the 6E, the NQ, the crude, the Russell, the ES, and the YM. And that's it. I'm going to stop my recording right now. And if anybody has any questions, email us at support@cfrn.net. If you are on a free trial and you want to become a partner, get into tomorrow night's partners meeting, then you need to take care of the paperwork. All right. If you don't have it in your email right now, send us an email, a quick email, or just type in here that you want the info, to become a partner. All right. And that's it. That's where we're going to wrap it up for right now.